So he's going to do basic underhook and overhook technique on me. So he's coming in, he's pushing me around, and he wants to get this over, that under, to throw me or trip me or whatever to get me to the ground. All right. So the big key on this is I don't want, as he comes in and does that exact same thing, I don't want this arm free floating up here. I want this arm to come over and in front of his body. If my hips are still facing this way, this swimming motion is kind of difficult to get here quickly. But if I turn 90 degrees this way, see how that turns my bottom hand? This hand here, it turns it. So as he comes in and does that motion, he's doing that, I immediately want to turn and drop my back hip onto that foot. In this instance, it's right hip over my right foot to get this serpentine motion here. Once I go in there, then I'm just going to capture that cross arm. I'm capturing that cross arm, and it's kind of hard to see from this position, but I've got his arm with my hips pretty much hyperextended, which you see what that does to his feet. It brings him up. From that position, it's very easy, and I want to retain his hand, but it's very easy for me to skip Naihanchi stance in and go to the far leg, and he's got literally no leg to stand on at this point. So again, he comes in. First thing I want to do is turn that hip and come into here. Pass your hand that's closest to him to the elbow to capture, and then I do a little skip step to here. From this position, obviously I could reap, or I can just trip like I did in that instant. But if you've got the flexibility and the experience, you can do a little bit of a reaping action with that as well. Again, as he comes in, I'm immediately getting my hip and getting my chest pointing this way. Capture, skip to here, and I did a little bit of a reap with my knee, and I retain that hand. If I don't retain that hand, if he comes in and I go into here and I don't retain this hand somewhat, then when he goes to the ground, he's probably going to just roll and be right back up on his feet. I don't want that to happen. As he comes over, I'm going to switch here. Also, I'm pushing that elbow to here to where I can capture it. If I don't push that, I have to reach a little bit further to get to it. You got short, stubby arms like mine, it may not happen. But that motion gets you in there. Again, my hip is what's getting the arm bar on his left arm right now. A little skip to here. Or maybe you don't have the agility or flexibility to get that skip in, right? I've seized his hand either over or under. If I'm under, I just kind of slide and grab his fingers from the palm side. If I'm on top, I can go right into palm to palm grip, push his elbow out, and I'm right back into a standard push catch position. So a lot of variables there, a lot of different decisions that you can make based on your skill level, your flexibility, your ability to do a trip, a reap, small reap, minor reap, or you just want to go straight into the wrist locks. Now, if you go into a wrist lock again from here, as I come in and capture, as I do this, hard to see, I'm squeezing my elbow and driving his arm straight. See, I'm really taking his balance. As I come in, whether it's this way, fingers up towards me, fingers down away from me. Once I get into this position, I've got to unwind a little bit. So I want to be sure and take that pinky finger behind his ring finger, start my compression, push that away, and slide up. Now again, numerous wrist locks we can do. Whatever one you're comfortable with is what you end up with.